In this video, you'll discover how to structure your first coaching session so you turn new clients into raving fans. And stick until the end because the fifth step is going to make or break your new coaching relationship. If you're new to my channel, my name is Peter Scott. I'm the founder of Fearless Coach Academy, where we have mentored thousands of coaches to launch and scale their coaching business over the last 10 years. So let's dive right in. The first step to structuring a new coaching session or your first coaching session is to do a heartfelt welcome to help clients feel clear, confident, and excited about working with you. All sorts of things outside of your control can happen between the time that you enroll the client, when you make your offer, and the time that they have their first session with you. They could be talking to family members, to friends, to acquaintances, to strangers, and letting them know that they just invested however much money to hire a coach, and those outside influences may not understand the value of coaching. So it is not uncommon for a new client, even if they loved you and you had a great connection, to have a little bit of hesitancy, a little bit of uncertainty or unknown when they are approaching that first conversation or first coaching session, or worse, like buyer's remorse. So really what you want to do is you want to come from a place of like, how can I re-enroll in a way this client into the fact that they made the right decision and the fact that they're going to get all the support that they need to achieve that result. Obviously, you're not going to do the work for them as a coach. That's not what we do. We guide and facilitate transformation. We don't do the work. But is it important to really come from a place of reassuring them that they made the right decision, showing them that you're excited to help them get started, addressing any of the questions or concerns that they may have before you dive into an actual coaching session? Absolutely. So step number one is going to be an heartfelt welcome. And don't sleep on this. I mean, I know this may sound basic or obvious, but you'd be surprised how many coaches mess this up. And they go into great coaching, but they go into it before the rapport and the connection is built with the client. And that's a huge problem. So heartfelt welcome is step number one. Step number two is setting the agenda up front. Now, I get that every coaching session can be very unique because clients are unique. They come to you with different sets of challenges. But the reality is when you've coached as long as I have, you'll identify patterns. And when you've really narrowed down in a niche, you'll also know sometimes the problems that your clients come to you with before they're even aware of them. And so I say all that because it's important for you to show that you are prepared and that you have a structure for your call. And the reason why that's important is because it reassures them that they're in the right hands and that they chose the right coach versus somebody who's just winging it, who shows up and says, what do you feel right now? Where do you want to go from here? Right? There may be a time and place for some of those coaching sessions, but most of the time, for most of you watching these videos of mine, you want to have structure and you want to be prepared. So what's the agenda? For me, I just share there's three big things that I cover on my new first coaching session with a new client. Number one is we review some homework that they have to do. So for Fearless Coach Academy, the first thing that we do in the first week is help our clients get clear on their niche, their message, and their offer. And so we will review some of the homework that they did so that they're confident and clear on that. The second thing is we walk them through a whole plan, a whole roadmap. And the third thing is we go through a coaching agreement. So we just let them know up front that this is what the agenda is going to look like. And of course, I'm open and flexible to any questions that you have, but that's where we're going to start. And I always check in on any coaching call, but especially the first one. Does that make sense? Is that clear? Do you have any questions? How does that feel? You want to ask those questions to just kind of make sure, is your client present? Are they understanding everything? Is anything you're asking them to do outside of their comfort zone, or are they feeling resistance? You want to know those things. So that's step number two, is setting the agenda up front. Step three for us is I do walk, and my coaches on my team walk every new client through their roadmap, their coaching roadmap. And we have a program where they have a six-figure coach roadmap. The whole roadmap is designed to get them from 0 to 6 figures as fast as possible. And so maybe you're not promising that sort of outcome. Maybe you're not doing business coaching. You're doing something entirely different. But there is a process that I'm sure you have. If you don't, you want to develop that process. But let's assume that you do. You think about, okay, if I have a client starting with me right here, what's that problem that they're struggling with? What's the promise that we're making them that they're going to achieve over that time? And then what's the process, step by step, that gets them from point A to point B? When you have that and you can reveal that to them, it reassures them that they're in the right hands. It reassures them that they made the right decision. Because again, know that, like I said earlier, every new client's going to feel naturally uncertain, maybe a little bit nervous. And if you can relax them into the present moment and reassure them, that's incredibly valuable. So we walk them through that roadmap. We have a whole spreadsheet. It's a Google Sheet that outlines every project that they focus on week 1 through week 16. It is super clear and simple to understand. There's timelines in there for accountability. There's checklists so that people can check off, did they do this? Did they not? Or are they in progress? It's just a really great tool and resource to use for our clients and for ourselves as coaches to keep our clients focused and hold them accountable to the plan. Now, I get that the nature of my coaching is more strategic, right? It's business coaching. So there is a strategy, there is tactics, there is techniques that we can follow. Maybe if your coaching is a little less strategic than that, there's more flow to it, but there still needs to be structure. So I will not accept the thing of I'm a free spirit, I just wing it and I don't need structure. Your clients will benefit and be much happier and become raving fans and get better results when there is structure. So let's go to the final 2 steps of preparing for your first coaching session. Fifth is reviewing the coaching agreement. I highly recommend that you always have a coaching agreement. And the reason is because it outlines that the commitments that you have to your client and the commitments that your clients have to you. And so what we do is when we onboard a new client, we send them our coaching agreement via DocuSign, I think, but you could use any software you want to. They review it, they sign it, they send it back. But I actually review it with them, 1 page with them called the Fearless Coach Commitment during the actual first session. So the first kickoff call, new client kickoff call, I review that page and I list out and I go bullet point by bullet point all of our commitments to our clients. Why? Because I want to show them and remind them everything that they're getting. They're getting so much value that they may not even have remembered everything that they get. So number 1, I do that. Number 2, I also, because I make that declaration and that promise, my commitment from my team and I is not just to uphold it, but to over-deliver it. So it kind of creates a floor where we do not accept delivering a product or service less than this. That's kind of holding us accountable as the coach. And then the flip side of the coin is the commitments I expect from them, right? And there's a handful of commitments, so you got to think about what yours are. But for us, we expect every client is quick to implement, quick to ask for help, and quick to share their wins and lessons. We expect that they are going to participate fully and pay program fees on time and in full, right? There's a couple commitments that we ask for there. We expect that they respect our intellectual property and they don't try to rip our stuff off and make it their own. And then we also expect that, provided they get great value, that they will send us a referral from time to time. So these are agreements that you want to verbalize with your client, because at this stage, even if you're not asking for a referral right now because you haven't even coached this person yet, planting the seed that you're going to is what's called pre-framing. And it's setting them up to know that at some point in the future when they get a great result and you ask, there's not an expectation, but an invitation for them to say, yes, sure, I'll recommend somebody to you. So that is a really important piece. Make sure to formalize this. Don't just wing it, just actually have a coaching agreement that they can review, sign, and send back to you. And that'll lead to the 6th and final step. The 6th step of preparing for your first coaching session and the structure of that is to recap next steps. So part of our job as coaches is not just to help people have breakthroughs and release negative emotions and limited beliefs and get into action, but is to actually get them to know what to do next and to implement that. And so a lot can be covered in a 30-minute to 60-minute call where they may forget some of those things. So it's your job as a coach to remind them by asking them 2 questions. Number 1, what was your biggest insight today, so that they share the breakthrough with you? And then number 2, what are the 3 next action steps that you're committed to? And you may know the answers to this already. You may have tasked them with these 3, but you want the client to declare out loud what those are, because that increases accountability. It increases ownership from the client, so that you're not trying to do all this stuff for the client. They're doing the work. You're just supporting them and guiding them in the process. So that's the structure of every first coaching session we have with new clients. It's 6 steps. It's simple to follow. and it's incredibly useful. As a coach or aspiring to coach yourself, what do you believe is the most important element to include in the first session? Do me a favor, leave me a comment below. And before I wrap up this video, I recently noticed that 78%, I used to say 73, literally it's 78%, which is embarrassing, of you watching this are not subscribed to the channel. So if you've gotten value from this and you never want to miss a future video, click subscribe right now, and then make sure to check out my next series of videos. It's a whole playlist. It's my free online course. It teaches you step-by-step how to start a profitable coaching business and enroll your first paying client in the next 30 days. So if that sounds useful to you, click up here, watch the entire 7 videos in that series, and I'll see you in a future video.